Welcome to the Horror Junkies podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror and definitely fucking get weird. I'm your host, Mike.
Pat.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Jake.
Who's our guest on the show tonight?
Hey, Jake's here.
He came back.
Jake is back.
I'm back.
He loved the show so much he had to do it again.
He liked it so much he did it twice.
He did it twice.
Jake is back. All right.
Yes.
There you go.
So, how was everyone's week? Everyone have any exciting shit going on with them?
I almost saw someone die.
No way.
Yeah.
Please go into more detail.
All right, so I was working at the Contemporary Hotel in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And right where I work, there's these glass pillars that lead to these escalators. And this old man...
Of course it was.
This old man parks his scooter right where the glass pillars are. He leaves, and then he comes back, and he tries to pull back, but he accidentally goes forward. The glass pillar fucking falls.
Oh my fucking
and
God.
hits the escalator. Luckily, no one was on the stairs of the escalator,
but
but someone could have died.
That was some Final Destination
exactly.
shit. Holy fuck.
How about you? I bet that was cool. Me?
That was not cool.
Nothing new with me. Just saw a cool new movie. Like,
what did you see?
Oh, yeah? What'd you see?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. It's that
He's
movie.
pulling that. Okay.
He's pulling that leg.
Whatever.
What about you, Jake? How's life been treating you since you last been on the show?
Oh,
Fuck Angel.
It's great. It's great. I'm gearing up to go to Vegas in 3 weeks for the APP conference, and that's pretty much all I've been trying to do is make sure that I stay sane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, stay sane, dude.
So you can go insane.
Yeah,
insane in the fucking membrane.
Yeah.
Yo, I just went there. I'm sorry.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. It's done. The show's over. All right, Angel. Lastly, but not least.
We don't need to know.
What's
You know what? Can we just take a moment?
How's
to
your
just
week?
Appreciate Patrick.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
We can.
No.
All right. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What happened,
How was
man?
your week?
It was good.
It was good? All right.
What'd you do? You do anything significant?
You cut any
I
cake?
got sick.
You got a new hair? You got a new hair?
Yeah, I got a.
It's
I
one
look
new-
like
one
Eddie
new hair.
Monster.
Oh.
Eddie what?
Eddie Monster.
Eddie what?
You got the Eddie Munster from the Munsters.
Oh, okay.
Not Monster.
I
He's
got
got
Eddie
silver in
Munster
his
on my-
hair.
I got Eddie Monster on my thigh.
Nice.
Yeah.
True fan right
Nice.
there. Well, we're doing our show outside in my backyard.
In the dark.
In the dark. We got some nights.
Jake, show me your dick.
All right.
That's not... yeah. At night.
At night.
And
That's why you turned the light on.
Exactly. I had to turn the light on. That shit's dark.
His dick.
All right. Well,
Very
guys,
true.
Anyways, sorry about that. Getting on to the show, as usual, this show is brought to you by the Phantom Podcast Network. Definitely go check out some awesome shows. This week, this might sound crazy, did an episode on missing persons cases. I just listened to it.
Yeah, I just listened to it
was
too.
fucking weird.
Yeah, it got weird.
It got really weird. So definitely
We always
check out...
talk about their podcast.
Yeah, I know.
I listened to the Final Girls. They actually got me into watching The Disappointment Room.
Oh, really?
They just did an episode on that movie, and
Yeah.
it was shit. I'm so happy we didn't go see that.
Good.
Yeah, we talked about seeing that.
So,
It was
yeah.
it was disappointing.
Hence the name, The Disappointment Room.
They must have known.
They had to. So yeah, definitely go check out. This might sound crazy. They got pretty cool episodes. They
And
talk
Final
about
Girls.
weird shit and Final Girls. But moving on, today's topic. We are devoting this entire show to the Alien franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ellen Ripley. Oh yeah.
God, those underwear.
Those fucking underwear. She pulls it out of her butt crack, and
Still sexy.
still sexy.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my first hard movie crushes was Ellen Ripley.
She was badass.
Hey guys, first boners,
And
go.
she freed the nips.
First bonus.
Mine's was Jessica Rabbit.
Oh my god. I don't.
Of course. Yes. No, we're not.
Fight me, disagree with me.
Okay. We'll disagree with you.
No,
Okay.
Jessica Rabbit hot.
But also we're going to talk about Prometheus, Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, and of course the new and most anticipated, there it is, film of the summer so far. There's going to be many more.
AVP?
AVP?
Yeah.
Alien Covenant.
Okay. Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant. So
This is
we're going to talk about that
completely
later
random.
on. But, what?
I have a random fact. Just found out today. Brought to my attention. They're
What?
making a Terminator.
No, they're not. Okay, you fell for it.
Get out of
Get out of here, Angel.
True.
Angel,
No, it's not true.
It's not
Debunk
true.
this?
Someone always around this time of the year makes a big photo set of potential movies, and not to say that the idea hasn't been made, or if it is, it has been announced, and where that person got their information from is just I don't know. Maybe they have the end, but I'll tell you right now, if there's a fucking Terminator versus Predator movie, I'll be pissed off.
Same.
So mad.
Let's get on the Alien. I want to talk.
Oh, but first, hold on, man.
Oh,
Can't
sorry.
just jump into the movies.
Oh,
We got to go into the horror news room with Patrick Kilby.
What we got, bro?
We got a official trailer for the
Castlevania.
Netflix series.
Which, oh my god.
It's going to be an animated film.
Yep.
It's very anime style.
TV series. And
it's going to be... I'm excited for it.
Definitely looks cool.
I've only played a few of the games.
Has, hands down, the best intro to a fucking trailer ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, congrats to Netflix for pulling that fucking shit off.
Go watch the trailer. It's cool.
Yeah, we posted that on our Facebook page. I'll probably end up putting it on our Twitter page as well, so definitely check that out. Anyone else? Jake, did you like it? Any words you want to say about Castlevania?
It looked dope.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer on Patrick's phone like 15 minutes ago. No, and that intro, it is probably one of the coolest intros
Mad
I've
props
seen.
to, I mean, the game is on the original Nintendo system, so it was really cool to see the homage to the cartridge and the NES and everything. That was cool.
It would have been cooler if like it didn't work at first and you don't blow on it.
That would have been really fucking funny if they would have done that. Another thing I saw was everyone's kind of wonky about it, but Tales from the Crypt is being put on a DVD set, not a Blu-ray.
Yeah, DVD set.
Just DVD.
I love the Crypt Keeper.
I do too, but I kind of wanted it to be on Blu-ray.
You know what? It's funny because they've spoofed it, but you know who the Crypt Keeper reminds me of?
Who?
Roger the Alien from American Dad. Like just his weird ambiguity, like he's just kind of fey
and like bouncy a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
he's just bouncy.
That's funny.
But Roger has been the Crypt Keeper.
He has
on
American Dad.
On American Dad.
I remember that.
I used to have a Crypt Keeper life-size little like doll.
They used to sell those. They used to sell those at Spencer's, dude.
Yeah. They used to
scary.
it was meant for like putting on a chair and shit like that, and it was like in my closet for like many years.
Was that like a sexual thing?
I wish I kept it so I could put it in my passenger seat.
What else we got, Patrick?
Oh no, you can't sit in the front. Crypt Keeper's here.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's here to. What else is going on?
Keep me company. Actually, news I'm actually pretty excited for because I did not like the first one. The new Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about using practical effects, like
I
actually
saw
using
that.
practical effects for Godzilla and King Kong.
Talking about like he's gonna actually be not CGI'd.
Yeah,
the monsters.
Yes.
Whoa.
And it also has a title. It's Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
That's
or God of the Monsters,
which is King of the Monsters, which is typical. I mean, he is declared the King of the Monsters, God of the Monsters, if you will.
Yeah.
But
and also, there's another bit of news that's, I guess, relatable because it's King Kong gets a release date for the DVD and Blu-ray.
Nice.
As well. I figured those two are hand in hand because they're going to do the crossover.
Of course.
That is going to be released. Blu-ray is going to be released in July 18th.
Nice.
Digital release on June 20th.
So you could get it. You can get it that follows the.
Yeah. So you can probably get it on Amazon or whatever.
Yeah.
On June 20th.
Check out June 20th for King Kong.
I'm stoked for that series because they're going to bring in characters like Rodan and King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
Mothra.
Now,
I'm stoked.
I did not see Skull Island. How was that?
I enjoyed it.
I think we discussed this.
I enjoyed it. It turns out that in the movie he's not full size.
He's not even done growing yet.
Yeah, he's pretty much like adolescent.
I mean, he's fucking massive in the movie, but he's definitely bigger than Peter Jackson's King Kong. Yeah. I want to say.
He's way bigger than Peter.
They made him a monster. He's fucking huge.
But he's still not done growing.
But he's not done growing.
That's
because that was the thing that was going into that. Was like, well, Godzilla is huge.
Yeah.
And King Kong didn't seem that big in the movie.
They definitely specify that he is not done growing.
Yeah, he's the last one, but he's like a child.
Yeah.
I definitely got to go see that.
Definitely pick that up.
Here's another bit of news that Austin's going to be excited for.
Whoa.
Okay.
James Wan is producing the Resident Evil reboot.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this? A reboot already in the final chapter just came out.
I love it because I feel like it's not going to be anywhere near the same, even though like same.
No. They may
change some things.
Yeah, but I think it's going to cater more to the fans of the video games and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm hoping.
If
that's
they do
what
that,
I was thinking. Yeah,
I'll be stoked.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Make it right after the game.
I don't even hate those. Those movies are guilty pleasures of mine.
Okay. First, second, and third. Nothing else afterwards.
I still like them.
Okay, I just picked up Resident Evil 2
I do agree they
today.
do get a bit ridiculous.
What was the Apocalypse one?
That was the second one.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was good.
I enjoyed that. Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was the one with what's his name?
I don't know.
Mike Epps is in it.
He is. That's the first movie he's in.
Yeah. I actually picked up Resident Evil 2, like the remastered version for PS4 today. I'm start playing that soon. But another news that's cool that, I mean, I know everyone's not too stoked for The Mummy that's coming out because it kind of seems more like an action flick than a horror movie, but Universal came out today and gave a title to the universe, which kind of gives me some hope. It's called The Dark Universe. And in the trailer they released, it shows all of the original black and white, the Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Mummy.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
So I'm thinking that not every Universal Monster movie remake that we're getting, or reboot, is going to be like this action-packed, like, which is what The Mummy's looking like.
Right, maybe The Mummy's just going to kind of like be action and set up what's going to be more dark. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
It's gonna like the end of it could turn dark, and then it's just gonna be dark.
It's that. Well, they kind of they released a little bit in the trailers. Is it out yet?
No, not yet. It comes out soon though.
In the trailers, they kind of got that weird, like how Hellboy you had the what was it called? The organization that
they showed Russell Crowe plays Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah.
So I mean, they show his character already, and that's everyone was kind of mad about, like, what kind of surprises are left. We're seeing all this shit in the movie in the trailer, like what's really left.
Well, the movie. It's kind of like when the Avengers brought in Nick Fury for the end of every single one of the single movies.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be in
probably
and somewhat involved in all of them. I'd be really stoked to see a reboot of Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Well, that'd be nasty.
Speaking for the classics,
go ahead.
Nosferatu it's going to come officially in colored.
And a new score.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you guys feel about that one.
It's a good movie.
Bring it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I love that
cool.
movie. I think it's cool to see it in color.
Story.
It is. There's actually there's like a festival that going on in, I want to say, France or French Canadian, where it's like a very puppet festival. And they actually have an exhibit downtown next to where I work, and they have like I don't know what they're called, but the string puppets.
Oh, marionettes.
It's a huge like festival for marionettes, and they have like someone created a Nosferatu marionette, and it looks sick.
Oh, that's probably really creepy too.
I should have took a picture of it.
Damn. And that's all we got for the news this week.
Pretty good.
Pretty good news.
I just want to point out, if you guys ever want to get some decent news, what's going on in the world, trending, more podcasts, head over to downrightcreepy.com, and you'll get all your horror news from that website. That's where I get a lot of mine from. Really good written articles and shit. So check that out. But now, there's no horror history today. Put that. Actually, there is. There's one thing I'd like to say, and today, I want to say 25 years ago, Aliens 3 was released.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
There it is. So it's kind of funny that we're doing an Alien show on the anniversary of Alien 3.
And we didn't plan that, did we?
Nope.
I don't think we did. No. There we go.
I just found that out today.
Dope.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw something posted about it today.
Nah, we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
I mean, it's the introduction, if anything, to Bald Ripley, which
arguably, Bald Ripley.
Arguably is still as hot.
Shit, guys, May 22nd. I'm sorry, I failed you all. 2 days ago. That's fine.
It's okay.
Anniversary week.
There we go.
There you go.
The critics saw it today.
Awkward fucking laugh. All right, so let's get down into it, guys. Let's start with the first movie of all time. I don't know. How about this? How should we do it? Should we do it from release, or should we do it from storyline?
I think
release.
Okay, we'll do release.
Save covenant for the end.
All right,
release,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Alien. First thoughts. Boom. Go.
Love it.
Great.
Love it.
Amazing.
Untouchable.
Great.
Yeah.
Can't touch it.
It could honestly. It could have been left alone. It's one of those movies that could have been left alone. I'm glad it wasn't, but it could have been left alone.
That would have pissed a lot of people off.
It would have, but it as a movie, it stands alone. You could end it, and it would stand the test of time. Someone could watch it today and still be just as scared, and the effects would hold up just as good.
And I back that up because there's a lot of people who've only seen Alien. And and they'll be like, "Oh, I love Alien. Like, have you seen 2?" Like, no, but like they don't. You know what I'm saying?
No. There's also a lot of people who've only seen Aliens.
That's true. That's true.
That is true. That is fucking true.
Because it was like the more action-packed movie, you know.
Yeah.
But
second one, right?
Yeah.
Aliens is the second one. Aliens is more action-packed, and what was really cool is they took it and made it like what's typically like a male part in that time era, because like there weren't a lot of strong action female leads.
Oh yeah.
In the 90s,
almost every Alien movie has had a strong female
protagonist,
as well as like we're not going to discuss this, but AVP even had a strong female protagonist, and I'm glad that they keep that up.
The only one that didn't do it, I'm going to say, is AVP 2.
No, they did. They did. It wasn't a strong female, but I'm pretty sure
she was in there. But
it
was about the brothers.
Yeah, but she wasn't the main. Like in all these movies, Ellen Ripley is the main character. In Prometheus, it's Dr. Elizabeth Shaw. In the new Alien Covenant, it's Daniels, and in AVP 2, it's the AVP. Excuse me, it's the one lady. I can't remember her name.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Wait. Go ahead.
Well, and it really shows like in Aliens that you have two strong female roles, if you will, if you count the Alien Queen, and both of which
fucking the girl,
and both of which Ripley will do anything she can to protect Newt, where the Alien Queen will do everything she can to protect her eggs.
Which I know we're fucking getting. We just said Alien, we're not Aliens, but I just want to put something out that just came across my. I watched Aliens recently, like last week, and I really love how in Aliens they show us all the sides to Ripley. She's not just this one person who has to be a badass who's cold. She is
very
a
motherly.
Badass who's cold, but she's also motherly and she's protective, and like all of a sudden like Newt is like her child.
Well, I mean, they set you up for that. You start off the movie with her finding out her fucking daughter's like dead.
Yeah.
So they give her the picture, and she's like 80 or 90 years old in the picture.
Yeah.
And she finds out she's in the future.
It's over,
59.
Man. Game over.
Yeah, and rest in peace. Rest in
I
peace.
love that scene.
But she finds out that she's lost her daughter, and now this Newt character comes along, and I feel like she really clings to her.
Bro, she called her mom and I almost cried.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Wait, hold on. Let's go to Alien though.
Okay.
Because we just
had some things to say.
It's okay. Yeah, we had to get that off our chest.
I mean, that chest burster scene and the face hugger scene, like,
well,
in the first movie,
it's not even scripted.
Made the whole movie.
No.
So they announced or released that when they filmed the chestburster, the first chestburster scene in Alien, they told, no fucking way. Patrick just brought a fidget spinner onto the show.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right. Anyways,
back to it. I'm sorry. So that chestburster scene wasn't even scripted. Like the cast knew nothing about what was happening.
Right.
So those reactions are real.
Real reactions.
Oh, yeah.
They're real reactions.
Those are very, very real reactions.
And kudos to the actors because they went along when they were like
that was awesome.
Improv and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, especially the I can't remember her name, but she starts freaking out really bad.
The short-haired.
Short hair. She started like that was her real reaction.
Oh,
to
yeah.
That was like,
which is
she, like falls against the wall.
Yeah.
Which is just I love.
I actually learned that from watching the special features.
Right. Yeah. There's a documentary I've watched it multiple times. It's called The Beast Within. It's all you can catch it on YouTube. There's like. You can get one's in Spanish and one's in English. Actually,
you can literally catch it on YouTube.
Literally,
they'll throw it at you.
But yeah, they actually they talk about how Dan O'Brien is actually the one who wrote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
How he was trying to sell the script and he was pitching it to everybody, and like a lot of people didn't take it, but everyone who read it saw like they're like the whole script was made like once I read that chestburster scene. Like even if we didn't grab the script, like that part right there. We loved it, yeah, and that's what eventually sold the movie. And then, like, obviously things were rewritten and stuff like that. But that was completely his and original. And when they saw that, they were like, "We got to have this movie." And they eventually made it, and it became Alien.
Yeah, I want to talk about an interesting rewrite that I was talking to Mike about earlier. That in the original script, the after the chestburster had killed you, the human host was supposed to turn into the egg.
To the overmorph.
Yeah, into the overmorph.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that.
That's fucking... What the... that is so fucking cool.
That was in the original
That was supposed
script.
to be the original
It was supposed
script.
to.
And they cut it out. And, I mean, that left it open-ended for, this aliens to bring in the queen because, there's nothing of a queen in the original, Alien.
But we'll discuss that
also,
later.
I do
want the queen.
I also want to say, too, real quick, I'm sorry, off that documentary, what's the android's name?
Bishop.
In the first one?
In the first one, yeah.
Was it Bishop? No, Bishop was the second in Aliens.
I actually have.
I'm sorry. Well, regardless of his name, who made it wasn't New Line Cinema. It was who made the movie?
Fox Central.
Fox.
Ash.
I'm so dumb.
His name was Ash.
Ash.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ash and
Yeah.
Alien.
He
Bishop's
was
in the second one.
Yeah, he was never
Never trust
he was
an
never
android.
supposed to be an android. And they like one of the rewrites, which I guess Dan O'Brien, who wrote it, like argued against it and was like, I don't want it. They like insisted that he was an alien, and it ended up making a huge, awesome
Android.
scene. You know what I'm saying? Or Android, my bad. But it ended up making it made a really sick scene.
I'm glad that they added the synthetics.
Right. And look what it's done. Every movie's had an android since.
And never trust an android unless his name is Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop was the best.
Sick.
Bishop was awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
Even like, she's in Aliens, Ripley wakes up and all this shit. She's getting debriefed on this mission. She doesn't want to go and all this shit. And then she sees that she wakes up on the ship and they have a fucking synthetic on board, and she's pissed because of her experience before. But Bishop, man, what a fuck. I mean, at first, when you first watch Aliens, you're like, shit, do I trust him?
Yeah.
Do I trust Bishop?
But
and he's actually
when you take a step back from the series and look at it, I mean, he's the perfect android.
He is.
All of the ones up to him have had flaws, have gone rogue, have done this, have done that, but he really is the perfect android.
All right, well, because we're back on Aliens again. You guys suck.
Bro,
I think before we move on, I do want to know everyone's 0 through 10 on every one we talk
10.
about. So
okay.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
10.
I mean, Alien
10.
10. Solid 10.
Nothing
What
wrong.
was that, Angel? What did you say?
I said 10.
Oh, okay.
Angel said 10. I say.
Oh God, here it is.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why. I love the movie, but it's got to be a perfect movie to get 10. It was close to perfect, very close. 9 out of 10.
Dude, I hate you.
No, he's he's allowed to have an opinion.
I know. Yeah, the reason I do give it a 10 is like I said, because it could be standalone. Like.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I hate to every time I come on this show bring up E.T., but I'm gonna, because E.T. is
a special film.
Is arguably one of the greatest standalone films ever. It's had a written sequel but never made, and
I'm glad.
Steven Spielberg has said that he will never remake or redo.
You don't need to.
E.T. because it is perfect. You can play that today, and it still comes across as the same movie. I believe you can do the same thing with Alien, and that's why it gets a 10.
Wait, you convinced me. It's 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
There you go.
There's literally nothing wrong with that movie.
There really isn't. I mean, the setting is awesome. The Nostromo, we're fine. Excuse me. The Nostromo is awesome.
I like how rough they are. Like, you see this future movie and they're like ruggedy, like truck drivers in space. Yeah, that was perfect.
Well,
they did that before.
They are in the Nostromo. They fucking, what's it called? They're scavengers, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Or
scientists.
they're like
scientists.
cleaners. I thought they were like kind of almost like street sweepers.
So what they do is they go
scavengers.
out and they find abandoned ships,
right?
And they scavenge them,
right?
and sell
so
them
they're
back
hardworking. Like, they're like blue collar in the future, and like it's cool to see that, because most of the time you see future, everything's white, everything's sterile looking. They're all like
it's Prometheus,
right? And then these guys, you see, I mean, they wake up, their hair's not perfect. The one's wearing a Hawaiian shirt or whatever.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
Which is funny because, like, getting on to like Prometheus, which is set before Alien, you see this huge, and honestly, it's just because of time and when the movies were made. They didn't have necessarily, in what, the 80s when Alien,
the first one,
1979, their idea of the future,
it's
rugged, way different.
Is rugged. It's not so.
But that's just Ridley Scott's outlook on it, because if you watch Blade Runner, it's the same thing.
Exactly. But then you get Prometheus, and the future's a little. I mean, we don't see too much of the actual future, but even the ships in the two sequels are similar. They're a little bit more advanced, but that's just because of
technology.
The technology we have
today. I miss
today.
the analog buttons.
But
there's nothing on them. They're just these square buttons that you just press really hard.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's the same thing with the Star Wars franchises. Like the original movies, the future looked like rugged, and everything was like
because
blah blah blah. And then the prequels were just like futuristic.
I love
clean.
I don't know
polished.
what it is, but I love that type of future. I think it's the same thing that draws me to this, like the series like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
That weird future where, yes, we're in the future, we have all this technology.
Yeah, but who's to say that it's clean and perfect?
But it's it's kind of destitute, and I love. I don't know why. I love the thought of living and kind of being secluded on a ship that's kind of just traveling, and just the confinement of that. I don't know why. I would love to be like a captain of a ship and just live on the ship all the time.
Yeah. But I also think it's a really strong play when we talk about Cowboy Bebop and Alien and Aliens. and even with the 3 in Resurrection, how rugged the future is a commentary on our life on Earth and how we actually treat our planet, and how we're very rugged here, and just, everything's very gritty and dark and dirty.
After pollution.
Because
exactly.
God, it's. I feel terrible every time I even feel the need to quote something from Resurrection. But
go ahead.
But when they're at the end of the movie, when they're saying where they're going, because they're crashing towards Earth, they're like, oh God, that shithole. Like, in most of these universes, Earth is just the it was the first place abandoned, and they're like, wow, why would you ever go back?
It's the whole mentality of we have so many planets out there, we can just go to the next one we want. But technically, based off of based off actual science, all of it is theoretical. Like, these planets, we think, based off observations from space, they're habitable because they live in a certain zone that's declared that habitable. But we never truly know until we go there. But as of now, Earth is our home, and we can't leave it because, one, we don't have the technology to leave and go in far distances.
We don't have the technology to see what else is out there.
No, we do. We have the technology to see far into the galaxies, but we don't have hyperspeed. We can't jump. We can't travel 17 light years because we'll die.
Right.
Yeah. That's why
we'll die.
Although, I really I want cryogenics to be a thing by the time
it is. It already is.
I want it to be a thing by the time I'm 30, 35, because I want to be, as soon as I hit 35, into cryo, freeze me for 100 years, bring me back. I want to do a Ripley thing, wake up, be like, all right, what the fuck's happening?
All right, wait, hold up.
It's like this.
Jake just wants to pierce a xenomorph.
Yeah.
Yo, so
I want to pierce alien babes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yo, so
3 tits.
3 tits.
Everyone gives Alien 10 out of 10 because I'm on board now.
Yeah.
All right. I even give Aliens. I'll give Aliens a strong.
All right,
9.
let's talk back about Aliens, because I love how we were talking about Ripley's character development, or how you see her in different ways.
You get Ripley's character development grows through the franchise.
And the thing is with Alien, it's such a different movie from Alien. Because it is
really
action-y.
Aliens is definitely more action-packed.
But it fucking worked, because James Cameron...
It worked so well.
Can I say a little thing real quick?
Go ahead. Never.
I'm here to talk. Yo, there's actually another video that you can literally catch on YouTube.
Catching again.
Yeah, they'll throw it at you.
I'm gonna throw it at you.
There's a little short video on how the movie Aliens inspired modern video games now. To the whole,
I can see that.
they were the first movie that had Marines in space. Yeah. Halo, any other movie or any video game you play.
Doom and Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
were around that time.
And the thing is Aliens has such a cool aesthetic to it, and there's more Alien.
Yep,
there's
a lot more.
I believe there was only they had 6 different people in the costume, but it seemed like there was 12 or 20.
Oh yeah, there was definitely that's what was cool. There was more xenomorphs in Aliens.
And it's a completely different xenomorph than the one in the first movie.
Talk about one of the coolest fucking scenes in Aliens.
No,
they're downstairs finally.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, they're in the fucking walls, and all the xenomorphs are literally on the fucking walls.
That's the best scene. They're in the walls. They're in the walls.
Another
and they're
scene.
Freaking out, and they can't shoot because things are gonna explode and shit.
One of my favorite scenes in Alien is when Newt's in the down, and she's in the where it's flooded.
Oh yeah,
and the xenomorph's right behind her.
Oh,
that's fucking scary.
That was that typical horror.
I still remember that from being young and seeing that. That scared the shit out of me.
The funny thing about that is they had to keep warming that water up.
Yeah.
Because it was so cold. It would get cold, and she would complain about it. So that was a thing they constantly had to deal with, was warming this water up to lukewarm temperature. But that scene where she falls down the chute,
oh my god,
into the water, they actually had to shoot that multiple times because at one point she was letting go on purpose to slide down it.
Of course she was. Of course she was.
And then they had to be like, all right, we got to get this for real.
We know it's fun, but
we're making a movie. Afterwards, you can slide all down you want.
Yeah,
it makes sense, but whatever.
This is not in budget.
I also wanted to say, because we were talking about
not in budget.
Ripley's character development. I actually just watched the movie recently too, and how when she first when she like first finds Newt or whatever, and she like starts cleaning her face off with the towel.
It's very motherly.
Right, very mother, and you don't expect that. Like they find this kid, and you're like, oh, Ripley's a hard ass, and as soon as she's by herself, she's like just wiping her face and like trying to calm her down, and you're like, where did this come from?
In the med lab,
it's kind of wild.
Like she cuddles with her underneath the bed because think about how long Newt's probably been alone.
Yeah,
and survived, dude. That's crazy. Her mind's, her mental, or her psyche's just ruined.
And then
I mean, she watched her mom and dad and brother die
everyone,
by some creepy alien.
She watched everyone die. So I mean, this kid is gonna live a very intense life. But luckily, she's got Ellen Ripley, which is Newt's not in the third movie, correct?
No.
She wakes up and she's dead. Yeah,
her.
That's right. She goes back into cryo sleep.
She dies, and so does what's his face.
And Ripley wakes up and just starts freaking the fuck out, don't she?
Yeah, I haven't seen
Bishop
Alien 3 in a long time.
You're thinking of Hicks.
Hicks dies.
Yeah.
Hicks dies from impact.
And Newt dies from
the drowning.
Which is tragic.
And then Ripley wakes up and realizes that. And the thing is, too, what makes me a little bit upset with the new Alien movie was because we were supposed to get a continuation from Aliens. Neil Blomkamp was supposed to direct it.
Wait, you talking about Alien 3?
No. Okay. So a year ago, there was announced that Neil Blomkamp was going to be doing a continuation of the Alien franchise with Ripley, but it was going to discanon 3 and Resurrection.
Okay,
I'd be happy with that.
I'd be okay with that.
And Neil Blomkamp was going to do a continuation from Aliens, and Newt was in it, and also was Hicks.
Oh,
Hicks, yeah.
So
Hicks was a great character.
Oh,
but
dude, I love Nick
But
Hicks.
it got canceled because Ridley Scott wanted to continue his Prometheus series. In which we got Alien Covenant.
We're not going to talk about that yet. So,
well, I'm just saying.
I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Exactly.
Well, so what do you guys grade Aliens out of 10?
Oh, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I mean, come on, she fucking made a flamethrower.
We're missing a big part.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Queen first.
We got introduced to the Queen.
It was the most claustrophobic. I mean, they introduced the Queen.
Oh, hi, Angel.
There was the shaft. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm live streaming, by the way.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Continue.
Claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic?
Because I mean, here you have this like 20-foot tall xenomorph chasing you through like different various corridors and shafts and shit.
She looked fucking cool too.
She did look
the
cool.
Queen looks really fucking awesome.
She looked very arachnoid.
She's fast.
Yeah.
She's fast. Stupid but fast.
But no, I like the comparison they did make. Like I said, like I brought up earlier, that Ripley's seriously trying to protect Newt, like with everything she has. But the alien on the other side of the spectrum is trying to protect her eggs.
Because I mean, like we have that scene where she's like, I'm gonna call them like knights, because typically knights guard, king or queen. Knights guard.
There is a couple classes.
There's a couple of fucking xenomorphs that come out to make sure, because the Queen and Ripley are again 101, and Ripley, she kind of notices that Ripley has a weapon and it could damage her babies, and she nods to tell the xenomorphs to like, hey, back off, and then Ripley's, which, let's go ahead, that was kind of stupid on Ripley's part. I understand she's like, got this whole, we need to get off this planet and just nuke them from the space, but I mean, like, she just let you fucking go.
Yeah,
you had Newt with you. Yeah,
she had Newt, Bishop. I think most of the
no. It was just her and Newt.
Yeah, Bishop was piloting the craft.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, you could have gotten out of there.
Yeah.
But no, Ripley wanted to be a badass and light all those fucking eggs on fire.
But then we want to get that mech suit scene.
That is true.
Which is a dope scene.
Which is a great scene.
Yeah.
You know what I like is like when like at the beginning these Marines aren't taking her serious.
Oh, of course.
And they're like, it's typical, but she's like you don't know, like, these things are crazy. They'll you got to be armed on all this stuff, and they're like joking around and they're ready to go fight.
Yeah.
And like when they start coming out of the walls, like come out of the fucking walls, and they're freaking out, and like they finally come up in the ship, and they're all like breathing heavy, and she's like, she looks at him like, you motherfucker.
Told you so.
Did you? Yeah. And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah. and that's the perfect thing about Aliens is like, it does everything. It adds on to the mythology of the Alien franchise and the world that Ridley Scott has made. Introduces the Queen. Introduces different xenomorphs,
which I can't wait to talk about. I cannot wait to talk about that.
And it was a solid for a sequel to, because it was bigger.
Yes,
it was a bigger movie.
Oh yeah,
scale wise,
a different director, and it still works. Like,
come on,
I give it a solid. I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. 8.5.
I give it a 9.
It gave it gave people what they wanted to see.
Exactly.
I would say that if you watch the first Alien, you wanted to see more of the creature. In this movie, you do.
Yeah.
They still kept real effects, like that scene where they're
jumping on the walls.
No, they're in the ceiling.
Oh yeah, that was
and
cool
they're crawling through, and then they're like wall to wall, and they're still real suits.
No CGI.
No CGI. So it's still a movie that holds up because of that. I feel.
Yeah.
And you still get to explore more of the species, and then they add on to it with the addition of the queen.
Yeah.
And so it just widens it out to a whole different area.
I want to say, like,
get out of my head, Mike.
This is like the Alien franchise in general.
Wind attack. Sparrow uses wind attack.
Like the whole Alien franchise in general. I just love like the fact that like the xenomorph. Like when you hear Alien, and if you never even saw a poster or never heard of Alien before, it's like the first type of aliens that aren't coming down from a circle UFO, and they look like
exactly.
big eyes. Like they're like it's a creature that's like almost like a spider, scorpion look, and just I love it
because you get how and why and
what
they are from Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Okay, so everyone else's scores, I get 8.5.
Angel, what do you think about Aliens?
8.
Okay.
8.
Good score.
I give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I give it a 9
because it's a perfect sequel.
No, it's definitely
it's a good
perfect.
sequel. Like I said, I feel like Alien will always hold a special point.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's just 9.
Because I feel like I don't know, Aliens kind of took it on.
Who made you boss?
What are you fucking talking about?
No, I'm talking to Austin.
Oh.
He's like, wrap it up. Who made you boss?
Okay. I didn't see. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like Queen was definitely the
Dude, you about to
point
kiss?
of that movie.
Yeah,
was like,
definitely.
No, Alien was definitely really cool as shit. I mean, the Queen, when they added that Queen element to it, that made it way more cooler.
Yeah.
And you saw more of the Queen in AVP, which we're not really going to talk about, but you got to see more of the Queen in AVP.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's move on to...
It does bring a different argument. Like, you have this two different people that, like, which one's your favorite, Alien or Aliens? And
exactly.
Like,
you're always going to have that debate.
Yeah, and it like most movies that have sequels don't have that argument.
It really depends on whether you're more
Star Wars does.
Whether you're more the action movie fan
or more of a sci-fi.
Or
they're both sci-fi.
Horror sci-fi.
Whether you're into the
slow
more horror,
burn,
or just the action.
I mean, we can all agree that Alien is definitely a slow burn type of movie.
More of a creepy, like eerie, and I like that better.
Claustrophobic.
And now we talk about Alien 3, directed by David Finch.
Technically, we have
who is a good director.
No,
Fight Club, Gone Girl, Seven, The Social Network. It just continues from there.
Why it was such a flopper is beyond me.
Oh, I know why.
Technically, we have two versions of Alien 3 to talk about because there are two.
Also, David Finch was added on. He was not supposed to originally direct it. That movie went through so many directors and writers.
Really?
Oh, Ripley wasn't even supposed to be in that movie. She was supposed to die in the beginning.
But
she got added on, and she was on this whole like I don't like guns thing as an actress. So so that's why Ripley doesn't have a weapon in Alien 3, or there's no weapons, which is disbelief because it takes place on a prison planet.
Exactly.
Right.
And you don't have fucking weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, they just use aliens.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this one.
Yeah. Jake has an interesting thing. There are two different movies.
Yeah. There are.
Theatrical and the DVD special, right?
Yeah. It was a DVD special release. So basically, they take you down two different timelines.
Smoking so many cigarettes.
So you either get the theatrical release is basically the alien comes out of the dog of one of the prisoners, and one sad dog dies. But in the DVD special release, it comes out of an ox.
I had that toy. It was so sick.
What? I didn't know that.
It was red and it had horns.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So in the other release, it comes out of an ox. It's still kind of that four-legged movement of a xenomorph, which was cool because they called it the dragon the whole movie.
Yeah. And it's straight. It's
cool,
straight. It comes from the comic books. Dark Horse did a series of the Alien comics, where they introduced different xenomorphs, and one of them was a bull.
Yeah.
It came from a bull.
because there's a lot of xenomorph species.
Yeah, there's different. There's like a cybernetic part
it's
robotic.
called,
It's like the
It's more synthetic,
Yeah.
which is something we're going to talk about when we start getting into the
for you
newer.
Game of Thrones fans, Roose Bolton, the actor who plays Roose Bolton, is in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bishop, the original guy that Bishop was made out of, is in this movie. This
the
real guy.
Yeah, which was cool.
It was good to see him again.
I haven't seen the Alien 3 in a long time.
Well, don't. It's not
well,
good.
no, I was about to say,
it's definitely
it's definitely a drop from Aliens.
Well, no, I know
movie.
that. It's probably been like 2 years. It's relatively recently. I watched it on rented it from home.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I remember this being a lot better when I was younger. Like I wasn't super big into it.
All right.
And
so
I think
I will be second. I didn't. That's the only Aliens film I haven't watched.
Oh, you haven't seen Alien 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw Resurrection.
That's
I saw
random.
Angel.
Yeah.
And so everyone you guys haven't watched it in forever, I guess, but you can take our word for it.
Five.
It's not. It's a definitely.
Yeah.
For me, a 3.
Is it? Wait, wait. You said already she's in prison, right? Like she wakes up and
there's a
dead.
whole fucking weird.
There's a whole weird. Just go home one night and just watch it.
You just said don't watch it.
Well, if
I'm
you
just
want to
kidding.
know more, just go.
No,
watch
from
it.
what I remember,
they want you to one of the characters in the movies threatens to rape Ripley. And she has this weird attitude when she comes back, and she's like, "So who do I have to fuck to get off this planet?"
She's a different. She's a different character.
She's
completely different character.
And then
can we talk about how easily Ripley falls in love with men?
Yeah. Well, I mean.
That's men writing a character for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I give it a 6.
She's with somebody
But
somewhere for
movie.
20 minutes, and then she's like, "Oh man, I gotta fuck this guy."
Yeah, that's just men writing a female character.
That one's bad, but Ripley on the guy thing leans into the next movie because she has this lesbian crush thing
even
with
Winona Ryder.
Yeah,
Winona Ryder.
Which I would love to.
Of course,
I want to see.
Of course, we're talking about Alien Resurrection. Which is just so
Jesus.
far off the fucking beaten path. With 2 centuries after Ripley's death, she's revived as this human alien.
A clone.
That sounds like some Jason. That sounds like Jason.
A clone
X
with
stuff.
a clone with the xenomorph DNA. So she's able to breathe underwater and shit.
I don't even want to waste time talking about this
God.
movie.
Yeah,
it was
It
bad.
was just weird. They scraped her DNA off.
It's just really
know
nitty gritty to the sci-fi extreme.
You know what that sounds like? Some super late or super early 2000s, late 1990s sci-fi stupid horror movies. Because everything sucked in that era.
Well, again, that's where
Battlestar Galactica was the shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I said, for me it was kind of
Star
like
Troopers. Come on.
Exactly.
For me, it was like it was like a built for TV movie for me.
Yeah,
like a straight to Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, straight to Sci-Fi Network.
I think that's where I watched it actually. On Sci-Fi.
Probably.
Yeah, it was like that. It had a bunch of special effects in it. It was just the story didn't really clip together well.
A lot of the characters were dumb.
Yeah,
in Prometheus.
I'm stoked that Winona Ryder was in it.
Can we talk about the scene where the albino alien gets sucked out?
Oh yeah, God, that ugly little shit.
The newborn. Yeah.
Not me.
Oh, I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the newborn.
Yeah, so I mean, Alien
Creepy.
Resurrection is its own fucking world. It's weird.
Well, they try to play off the thing, because Ripley from the alien DNA got the acid blood and all that stuff, but the alien queen got from Ripley a human ovaries.
It had blue eyes and shit, didn't it, or something weird?
It was
Yeah.
black.
I'm telling you, someone got really high.
Puppy eyes.
Got really high and was like, "What the fuck am I gonna write tonight?" And they did that to us.
Yeah.
But
Ron Perlman was cool.
I guess
He was a cool character.
Yeah, I mean Ron.
I like the guy in this wheelchair. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But
Bring it.
Well, when they're checking them for guns, he's like, "You want to check the chair?"
You want to check the chair?
I want to check the chair. Jesus Christ.
But we spent enough time on this fucking movie.
Yeah,
that was a
enough
bad
time.
From what I remember, I'll give it a 5.
Real quick,
I give it a 2.
You guys want to jump into Prometheus, or you want to jump into the versus segment?
Prometheus.
Prometheus
We'll
versus,
save-
and then
We'll do versus right after Prometheus, and then we'll get into Alien Covenant.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's gonna take up most of the time is talking about
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah.
Because I have so much to say.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Prometheus.
I enjoyed it. I'm a huge sci-fi fan, so I love anything that deals with sci-fi.
I wanted to love it when I first saw it. I had to do a lot of homework about what Ridley Scott wanted to do with this movie.
We all know Patrick hates reading.
Shut up.
I have something I think that's kind of interesting to say.
What?
It introduced a lot of cool ideas.
Okay, so I obviously love Aliens is cool. I obviously love Star Wars, but I've never been a huge sci-fi fan outside of the giant sci-fi movies, you know? Prometheus actually, Prometheus actually got me. Like I actually really enjoyed Prometheus, and it kind of got me into enjoying more sci-fi because for some reason I enjoyed the story. I was like, this is such a big twist on, or not twist, but like I don't know. It drew me in, and I kind of like enjoyed the whole weird space vibe thing. I don't know.
No, it was.
I just couldn't pass by a lot of stupid decisions.
It's typical consumers. We want this, but it's like with sci-fi. Sci-fi is never told in one movie.
No,
a sci-fi story never. You're never gonna get a complete sci-fi movie in what? Storyline in one movie. That's never gonna happen. There's always shut up. There's always more. There's more to that movie than in that movie.
Event Horizon.
There's more to that movie than what you saw. But when it comes to Alien, like Jake said, is a standalone film. There could have just been Alien and everyone would have been happy. But then we got Aliens. And then we unfortunately got Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. But now we got Prometheus, which was a different route completely. Yeah. Now we're explaining the origins of, first off, where did we come from?
Yeah.
Cool concept. Where do the xenomorphs come from?
Yeah.
Which is cool because
it brings both
honestly,
right.
Think about it. If you would have just watched Alien and Aliens, that seed is in there. Like, where do they come from?
Yeah.
That's human nature. Where does everything come from?
Which was the question we always asked when we got introduced to Alien.
Exactly.
Was like, where did they come from?
Where the fuck are?
Like, and
are they a species?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they from another, like a planet?
Or is it just one monster? Like, you don't know what's going on, really.
But no, they're created.
Yeah.
It's a created species. And who's the creator? Hold on, we're not going to say until we talk about another movie and say spoiler alert.
I do remember when I first. Well, I actually saw Prometheus in the theater when I first the first scene where you see the what do they call it, the creator, or what do you call it?
The
engineers, yeah. When the first scene is like an engineer like on a cliff, and I'm like, what the hell am I about to watch? And then it definitely
Space Jesus.
Yeah,
exactly.
It definitely got a lot better. But I remember thinking like, oh boy,
this is what,
and then it turned into a lot better than I thought it was.
This is what made Prometheus an all around good movie for me, was that. On both ends of the spectrum, whether you went into it an avid Alien fan, or you went into it just going to see a movie, you could be satisfied either way. Now, because there's two stories you can hang on to, and the two stories follow the storyline into the most recent movie.
Exactly.
So you can go into Prometheus, hoping and praying that it's just going to be the best.
Sci-fi movie you'll ever watch.
Sci-fi, or it's just going to be the best Alien prequel. It's going to answer a lot of questions for you. Or you can go into it with a blank slate, and it can be a really cool movie about creation.
Exactly.
It can bring up a lot of cool points about how we were created. It can have a lot of religious overtones with the imagery that it presents, even the orchestral things that happen like in the movie, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
All these things can bring together a movie that can be enjoyable for someone who maybe has never even watched Alien.
No, agreeable.
So,
I agree 100%.
I like that, yeah.
So, as a loose, I'm using air quotations here, loosely based prequel, as, Ridley Scott came out and said, like, loosely based, you still got some cool, like, all right, well, what if this happens, the Black Goo, and then we get, the, what do you call it at the end? They had a name for it.
Oh, not the neomorph.
The half xenomorph, half whatever the hell that was.
No,
there's a name for it.
It is.
I forgot.
I'll try to Google it real quick.
Yeah, he'll find the name for it. But we get that first look, and it looks kind of xenomorphy.
Yeah,
it has the secondary mouth.
Has like the head shape a little bit.
Yeah, and it's more grown fully as soon as it comes out. But we get that kind of look from it, and we get the idea that, all right, there's more to this universe, and the Alien franchise can tie into it.
Oh yeah,
I liked. I remember when I first saw the trailer, I was pretty excited. And before it was like known that it was a prequel, there was like rumors like, oh, this Ridley Scott's making it. This looks like, and I remember thinking like, dude, if this is a prequel, this is gonna be really cool. Before it was announced.
When Ridley Scott made that movie, I don't think he went the intentions of making it a prequel to Alien.
Yeah, he didn't want.
I think it was the studio that forced him into doing that.
I feel the same.
So,
but it was still cool. Like it added the mythology.
We're talking about this thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so from fandom. This is called a trilobite, and it's the creature derived from...
No, not that one. No? After that.
Oh, it's second stage?
Second stage.
The Tronobite's the little snake thing, right?
The proto.
the Deacon.
Deacon.
Yeah, it's called a Deacon.
Deacon Frost. Is that what? Blade?
No Blade. The cool thing, I was as I was researching for Alien Covenant, there's some fun facts that came from Prometheus for me. That xenomorph uses the back of its head to open the chest.
Which one?
The Deacon.
The Deacon.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's sharper.
But
that's why it's a sharper back of your head.
That makes sense.
It digs out
like a hammer.
That's fun. Like people shit on these movies, but like on Prometheus, but like the little things that you just didn't, that are different, that are new, that are like, I wouldn't want to see all these movies with just xenomorphs. You know what I mean? Like I want to see more.
It's good that they
different alien species and whatnot. Yeah, and I mean, talk about like a good cast. Like Elizabeth Shaw's character was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Her husband. He didn't live for that long, but also a really good character. And he kind of, they were on this whole journey, like, oh, who are we and where we come from, and he gets on this fucking like depressing slide because one, their creators are gone.
Yeah.
So their trip is pretty much for nothing. And two, I don't think he could handle actually knowing where he came from.
No.
And the thing is like that whole mission that they went to that planet for was for what's his face, old man
Wayward.
Wayland.
To talk to
Peter Wayland.
to talk to his creator to find out how he could stay alive.
Yeah.
Because his number one fear was to die.
Exactly.
Because he thought of himself as a god because he made David. And that's the conversation he has with the xenomorph. If you watch the deleted scenes or the director's cut of Prometheus, it goes way deeper into that.
Really?
And he's actually talking to the
engineer.
The engineer, and he's like, "See, I'm like you. I created this android. You created us. Like, how do I stay? How can I
prolong my life?"
And the engineer gets mad at him because he's like, "You're not like us," and takes David's head, not kills him, but rips off his head and kills fucking old man.
That happened in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Just the prologue.
The thing is in the theatrical,
they didn't show the
dialogue. The dialogue.
Yeah. Oh,
it just
which
happened.
is upsetting.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I would have liked to see that.
Which is fair, because, I mean, like, unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to sit and watch 3-hour movies.
Yeah.
We're all a rare bunch, and we would sit down and watch a 3-hour movie in a theater.
Right. Also, in the director's cut, what's his face when he turns to a zombie?
A zombie?
Fifield.
When he turns to a zombie, in the director's cut, he looks more like a xenomorph than he does a zombie.
Ooh.
That would have been cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to say how, Jake, you mentioned like the religious undertone, like
overtone.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. That's right.
I think because it's been a little minute. Like, oh my god, the main character, what's her name?
Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw. She's wearing a religious necklace, like with a cross on it.
Yeah.
And then when
she expresses that she believes in God, and throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. And I love that, and I love how like I think they reach the planet and she takes it off, or like
she keeps it on.
No, she takes it off at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think. Yeah, David takes it off.
Okay, but I just like how like it's like you see that like
because we're outside.
No, but you see like there's still belief in the future.
Yeah.
In religion, and that there's still the question like I think we found the creator. Like
of course.
Yeah, I just love that like people. It still shows what people still battle with today. Like people are battling with what created us. I still want to believe for certain reasons. It's really so much deeper meaning. I love that.
I mean, yeah, there's so much deeper so much more deep. God, how can I phrase this without saying? There's a lot of deep feelings in this movie.
Yeah.
And
it makes you question what they natural questions that we fight through today.
Exactly,
this whole movie,
it's human nature. The movies are about humans traveling space and we still not understanding space at all.
Well, the original script for. Well, I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but the original script for the new one was
Covenant.
Covenant. It wasn't supposed to be like them, like kind of
colonizing,
doing anything like that. It was Shaw and David. It was like a Space Buddies movie of them traveling,
cool. Trying to get out.
I mean, they gave us that.
It was Shaw, but it was like the whole movie was Shaw and like David's severed head.
No, they actually
that'd have been so
that's
sick.
Cool, but they did release like a 2 to 5 minute short with Shaw and David explaining the timeline between Prometheus and Covenant. Like that would have been
so sick if they did some kind of like flashback where they could have showed that in.
They did. I mean,
like that actual short.
I mean, yeah, but we'll talk about that later on.
I'm sure.
But
You know what? I'm
that
sure
short
it'll come
really.
out.
If you watch the short, it explains a lot of it.
Yeah.
It gives you that feeling. Oh, look, we're getting more of Shaw and David. But
My only issue,
we can talk about Prometheus for hours.
Yeah,
it's such
I only
a long
have a couple
movie.
issues with that movie.
What?
And it's just a lot of the characters, like, because they are these genius scientists, and they make stupid decisions, like touching an alien,
Humans.
Yeah.
taking off your helmet.
Dude, I don't know.
It's human
you
error.
gotta think about this.
It's human error.
Yeah, and to this day,
Running straight
I know
when
a,
something.
Listen, I know a lot of book smart people that don't have common sense, and that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's
and there you go. These scientists don't know to not touch
Well,
something.
no,
it's
it's
kinda like
not even
street
that.
Smarts.
It's first off, they're scientists, so therefore they are curious.
Excited.
They're excited. The unknown excites them.
They're
Yeah.
put under
But-
immense stress.
Exactly.
And
But it's also human error. Like
Yeah.
we're just innate. We want to know
Yeah.
about something.
We need to
We've
touch.
never seen this fucking thing. We need to touch it.
and they're
test it. and see
They're
what the fuck
there.
it is.
Yeah, they're there to discover. They're not going
Exactly.
to not touch things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's that. I understand why they did it. Was it a
Yeah.
good decision?
No.
Because it killed them.
It needed
killed
to
them all.
happen.
But it needed to happen. Agreed.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will say the look of it was awesome. It was nice seeing Ridley
Yeah.
Scott come back and do
A-
what he'd
a
been
g-
created.
Yeah,
Exactly.
A good movie.
And now, I feel like we can do some justice versus. We'll go
Wait,
into
hold on.
verses.
Wait, let's rate. Let's
Yeah,
Oh,
rate
yeah,
it.
give it a
okay,
rating.
Okay, rate.
I'll start.
Prometheus, go.
I want to give it a. I'll give it an 8. I
Okay.
actually really enjoyed the movie,
Okay.
honestly.
Angel,
I'll give it an 8.
8. All right. Pat,
5.5.
fair.
Damn, that's
fair.
low as hell, boy.
Yeah, what do you expect?
You're
This
gonna catch
Patrick?
these hands later.
Jake,
I'm gonna give it an 8.
8. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. I really enjoyed Prometheus.
That's
fine. Yeah.
It got my inner nerd
I'm
going.
part of the party that wanted more alien
Of
stuff.
course, we're gonna talk about
Oh,
you. Don't
yeah.
worry.
Right,
Yeah.
but like I'm telling you, honestly, like once again, it kind of sparked my sci-fi. Like I'm
Good.
okay with.
I'm glad
like-
it did.
I'm okay with
No,
not
yeah.
horror
And like
sci-fis
like
now.
I said, it has that ability to bring someone who's not into sci-fi into sci-fi because
Yeah.
It's
it
a cool,
wasn't something that was like exclusive. It wasn't a gatekeeper movie where it was like
Yeah.
wait, you need to watch all these other movies to get
exactly.
Yeah.
this. You could watch it and get a really well written movie out of
No,
it.
Yeah.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna do verses this week.
Yeah.
This week we had pretty good verses.
You're welcome.
We had, it actually came from Patrick. So we picked 2 movies, Jeepers Creepers, and we
Yep.
picked The Descent.
Love them.
All right. So we have the Creeper versus
In space.
which was funny. The Creeper versus the Crawlers. Funny.
In
Yep.
space.
In fucking space.
In
Aboard
space.
the Nostromo.
Oh my god.
All right.
I got the Twitter pulled up right now. The polls.
Good.
Right
What's
now.
the final poll?
All right, so we have the crawlers from the
You
Descent.
took Austin's segment. He's introduced the fucking
Yeah.
verses.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna cuss you, butthole.
Damn.
Yeah, we got the
I'm
crawlers from the Descent, which
We're
is
changing
a
the
great
name
movie.
to Mike and the Junkies.
Yeah. And we got Jeepers Creepers. So we had 52 votes on our Twitter, and we have Jeepers Creepers winning at 54%
Hell
to
yeah.
46%.
I vote. Okay, so I voted for the bat fucking
The
demon.
creepers.
shit.
I voted
The
for the
crawlers?
crawlers.
Yeah,
Crawlers. Okay.
I voted crawlers as well.
What did you vote for, Angel? Did you vote?
I voted for Jeepers, man.
Ah,
The Creeper. He chose
fun-
the Creeper.
Fun fact for the people. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably into horror. But if you don't know that the original Jeepers Creepers was filmed right here in Florida.
Denellen, Florida.
Denellen,
Denellen.
Florida.
Near,
I'd actually
Austin and I's neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually in the later scenes they filmed it in a library in Denellen. I
Yep.
actually went into the library.
And on top of that, for cooler effect, a substitute teacher back in Lake Weir Middle was one of the police officers in the movie.
Hell
There
yeah.
you
Mr.
go.
Van Alstyne.
And did you have him?
Yes, I did.
There you go. So there's a little bit of horror history from where me and Mike are from.
Ocala, Florida. Shout out.
I actually just
Just
watched.
kidding.
It's
I
funny,
love Jeepers
Never go there.
I purposely watched after you did that poll. I purposely watched The Descent the other day.
Hell yeah.
And holy
it,
shit,
Dude,
it
I-
still holds up. It
Dude,
still holds
that was
up.
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking good. Okay, we need to
Not
get
the
us-
sequel.
I
Hold
saw
on.
that in theaters and it scared
We gotta
me.
go.
We
We
gotta
gotta
get
go.
into the verses.
Yeah,
we gotta get into the verses. I used to watch. Yeah, we gotta. All right, so Nostromo,
Yes.
the Creeper, the Crawlers. Everyone's dead. Ripley's already escaped. The ship malfunctioned and shit, and now they're let loose. They were deep in deep storage.
Yes.
Who fucking wins and why?
Okay, so argument. Crawlers, there's many of them, correct?
Correct.
It's not just one.
Correct. It's
And one
the
Jeepers
movie-
Creepers.
Yeah, yep.
one Creeper.
Okay. Now, can he eat the bodies of the creepers to get their?
Of course, that's his ability.
That's his
Right.
power.
Okay.
Duh.
Well, what if he loses an eye?
He's fucked.
Yeah, he's completely fucked because they're blind.
Wow, we're all like, whoa.
Damn, that just
Yeah.
fucked me up.
I thought of it as the way is, like in Jeepers Creepers, he kind of needed a wide area to creep.
He does
to creep. So and the crawlers, they're used to these confined spaces.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining
they have the advantage.
I'm imagining them crawling around the ship like
Dude,
a xenomorph would.
Exactly.
And then just being like pile
Dude,
on them.
They were.
That would have been a better fight.
Their heightened ability in the dark, their heightened sense of hearing and smell is gonna
pack mentality.
Exactly, the pack mentality, the darkness of the ship is gonna benefit them too fucking much.
Unless he sets on fire.
Yeah.
Like he did the church.
Yeah, true. He could set it on fire.
So, they can tear them apart, but his pieces will still keep coming back at you because
he has to eat it though.
Creeper, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, they hit him.
But if they catch him in the eye, he's fucked because they're blind.
He
won't be able to see.
I'm saying that I feel like his body would
absorb them.
Resuscitate itself.
Well, they'd probably eat his
whole
limbs.
Body. Yeah,
they'd eat his whole body. They eat down things.
But he's gone
the
back from being.
They're hungry.
Being run over by a car multiple times.
Yeah, but that's not eaten and digested.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one of the best kill scenes in that movie, which isn't
it's a hybrid
from a crawler,
of a creeper and a crawler.
Oh fuck!
One of the best kill scenes in that movie, which isn't even from a crawler. It's when I believe the main character or
she kills her friend.
Yeah, she's she's killing the crawler, and then she hears something and she swings back. And
she slings the fucking pickaxe right to her friend's head.
Yeah.
Yo, here's
best
what I
kill
think.
scene.
I think this is a really good matchup.
Fuck that movie.
But I think more people on Twitter voted for Jeepers Creepers because I don't think The Descent has been viewed by very many people. No, it's a popular movie. No,
it was a popular movie.
I feel like more people know about.
That's what I was about to say. More people, if you're a horror,
but I don't think it made enough money because the second one came straight to DVD.
No,
true.
This is what I'm saying. If you're a horror fan, and you saw this poll, you know what The Descent is. But if you're just someone on our Twitter, they know what Jeepers Creepers is.
Yeah,
and I think that's a big reason. And
true.
I'm gonna say it'll be a good fight because the crawlers, they don't have like they're fast and they can hear and everything, but I don't think their defense is very well. Or very good. Like Jeep or Creeper could just
he is he's pretty good at disguising.
Because if you watch The Descent,
he gets outside? Could he? Do you think he dies in space? Do you think he
he could probably have the capabilities of breathing?
Do you
out in space?
We don't know, but
we don't know about them.
If an airlock opens up, they're gone. They're gonna get sucked out. But he has wings,
right? But
so technically he could fly.
And if you watch The Descent, though, they're taking a
but there's no air in space.
That's
so
true. That's why I'm
what's he
bringing
gonna flap against?
That's true.
Fuck, dude.
But
there's no air in space.
So he's just flapping.
Yo, but if you watch The Descent, though,
I would pay
they're
to see
hitting
that.
them. They're hitting them with pickaxes, which obviously is sharp and stuff. But it jacks them up pretty bad. They hit them and they're pretty weak and
they're
skinny.
Humanoid to the extreme.
Yeah.
They're just altered humans.
I'm sure if you shone a light on them, they'd probably.
Right. So I picked honestly at the end of the day though I picked the crawlers because if you watch both movies, they're nasty, scary, badass.
Yeah, that movie scared the shit out of me.
I saw that in theaters and it screwed me up. That came out.
I used to watch it in Ocala, where I used to live, and go cave diving at night.
Fuck you.
In the caves, and I don't know why you did that. I'm too claustrophobic too. That movie fucked me up.
Mike, you're too white.
I know, dude. So collectively, the crawlers, everyone, or
crawlers for sure.
Crawlers.
Angel's still on Jeepers Creepers.
I'm still on Jeepers.
All right,
good.
That's fine. That's good. That's good.
Stand your ground.
All right, guys. We're disagreeing with our Twitter poll. Our Twitter poll definitely puts Creeper in the winning. So, I guess it's Creeper.
Hey, shout out to everyone who voted.
Yeah,
thank
you.
Thank you so much
for voting. So
Thanks,
let's fucking move on to the main movie of the show.
And now we're going into spoilers, everyone.
Let me pull this up real quick.
Jake has got his tablet out full of.
I don't want to see your nudes. Dude.
So this is going to be.
Show me your dick.
This is going to be a spoiled review. The movie's been out for over a week now.
So many spoilers.
About a week, excuse me.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it,
sorry, I did.
Turn off here, come back, and listen to this point. We like you. And
yeah, we don't want to ruin the movie for you.
We don't want to ruin it for you, but
no.
we're fucking gonna do it.
All right.
It's been a week. If someone was really adamant about
watching it, that's my whole point.
You can make the time.
Yeah, it's been a week. Make the time. Go see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Or just wait a couple months. It'll be on DVD.
I don't think it's gonna be a couple months.
Put your kids to bed.
All right. So let's jump into it. First initial thoughts. Everyone, go.
You guys are gonna have to go before me.
It was
Go, Patrick, because you.
Okay,
because
leave it to one sentence, and then we'll go into facts.
All right, because I just want to point out that Patrick was stoked as soon as he got to the theater, and now he has misjudgment.
I followed the hype. I was with the hype, and then I slept on it, and I thought about some of the errors that the movie made. I still think it was a better film than Prometheus, but very far from Alien and Aliens.
Okay.
Leave it there. Next person.
All right.
Next person.
I thought it was phenomenal. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked the story. I liked everything. I thought it was a pretty good, nice
beer.
I thought it was a good continuation from Prometheus.
Next podcast, I'm gonna bring a bowl of rice and just stick my hands in it.
Please do.
And making that nice noise.
That's pretty spooky.
No, it's pleasing.
My thing was, one of my favorite Alien films, solely because they showed a different state of the chest burster.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Don't worry.
When he comes out, and it's just
Back
that
burster.
scene is
Backburster.
Backburster.
not just no. I'm not talking about the backburster. I'm talking about
because
okay.
he doesn't come out like the original Alien.
We're gonna don't worry. We're gonna talk about that.
Almost.
All thoughts. Do you like
thoughts,
it or no?
Just thoughts. We're gonna talk about it. Don't worry.
Thoughts. Goriest Alien.
Okay. I agree.
I say thoughts be free, and you should all go find Jesus. Oh, like mental thoughts. I thought you meant
THOTS.
THOTS.
We just lost like 20 listeners.
We need a conference meeting after this.
All right.
Can
I go?
On the permanence of
go.
Austin on the show now.
All right. By all means, not a bad movie.
Okay.
Okay, but disappointed me.
Okay.
Thank you.
And finally, Jake. He's ready. His
so
body is ready.
keep it minimal.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, overall, I love the movie, but I loved it more for more than what it was face value. I loved it as an Alien movie. I loved seeing the xenomorph again. I loved seeing all the things that we know and love again. I loved seeing the continuation of Prometheus. But honestly, what made the movie for me was David's story arc.
Yeah.
And really, honestly, I am not someone who loves religion.
I downright hate it.
I have
Hail Satan.
I have a huge burning church on my stomach.
That's religious. Religion, Patrick.
You're tatted.
But continue.
But the continuous
we're gonna smoke all our cigarettes.
Cyclical religious overtones of the movie really do bring it home for me, because there's so much that we get to see, and there's so much in this movie that is good, other than the actual xenomorphs. So for me, again, like Prometheus, it was all around a good movie.
All right. I agree with all these thoughts.
Can I start by going off what he said so I can put my feelings out there? Okay. Everything I'm saying is like, well, it was good because of this, but it was also bad because of this.
Give your positive. Give your positives and your negatives.
That's perfect feedback.
Okay. What I liked is, you see.
We'll all do that. We'll all do positive.
You see the face hugger again.
Amazing.
You see that. You see the xenomorph hauling ass, being cool as hell. I like the little tiny baby xenomorphs hauling ass through the wheat. That was hauling ass.
No one to interrupt you. I just want to clarify that technically these aren't the xenomorphs.
Right.
These are
Neomorphs.
these are. I just want to go. Before we get into this, if you don't mind, Austin, I hope we don't kill your thought.
I'm pissed, but go ahead. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, you made Austin mad.
So in the movie, we have two different types of aliens. We have the neomorphs, which are created from the spores, which is created from the black goo,
which was cool,
which was amazing. I thought that was cool as shit.
Airborne shit.
So they're more animalistic. They attack on rage and whatnot.
Right.
But the ovomorphs gave birth to the facehuggers, which are the eggs.
Right.
Which gave birth to a protomorph.
Right.
These are prototype staged.
Right. Yeah, I got that. I was just saying xenomorph and just, you know.
But just to clarify, the protomorphs, because xenomorphs aren't till Alien.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so here's my thing. I fully understand, and I knew going in that this was after Prometheus, before Alien.
Yeah.
I knew that. But I thought...
Actually, many more before Alien.
Right.
He has like 6 more.
Right.
5.
But I thought...
6.
Oh, shit.
I thought that this was going to be more for... almost how Aliens was, more for the fan, and seeing a lot more Alien and a lot less Android story product. But yeah, see, I know you're already looking at me like that. But what I'm saying is, going in, I thought, hey, we're gonna see like just alien ripping everyone's ass up, and we saw so much David and so much Android. I was like, what? I'm trying to see people's faces get ripped off.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
I agree. But if they didn't touch on the synthetic storyline, nothing would make sense. If we just jumped into a movie where all of a sudden aliens were attacking everyone, it wouldn't make
sense.
Right,
and that's what I'm trying to say.
This was a sequel
like,
to Prometheus.
Right, and that's what I was trying to get at, is that it's good because it is that, but at the same time, like, I understand that it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
But going in, I felt like this should have been, I don't know. I just wanted it to be less story. I wanted it to be a lot less story on David and a lot, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. The trailer shows half of the alien fight at the end.
Well, yeah,
like,
I
I'm
mean,
just like,
trailers
God damn.
today are awful. Okay, we all agree that trailers today are the fucking worst thing. You just don't need to watch trailers. See, you watch trailers. We watched, I think, one teaser trailer. That was it.
Yeah.
So
I need to get on y'all's boat.
You watched theatrical trailers, which ruin a lot of
more
movies.
than once.
Okay,
but
now what are your positives? What did you get out of this?
I'll tell you what I didn't like. A lot of
I
CGI.
said what you like.
What I did like. I loved how.
Tell you what I didn't like.
I love how. Like the backburster, how gory, like they were just coming out of their bodies so badass, and I also love how
they're volatile.
Yeah, and they were fucking them. Their body, like when he came out of that dude's back, his back exploded.
Well,
like
I think that plays off the whole animalistic rage.
Mm-hmm.
Like the neomorph is very aggressive, fast.
Yeah, very 28 days later.
Talk about fucking super fast growth.
Yeah.
Rate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, within 5 minutes of being birthed, it's almost full size.
And I like that, and I like how yeah, just like and like when they were like the whole scenes where they got like the little powdery dust shit in his ear and stuff. They were looking gross. Yeah, they were looking gross and just like
because it's a disease.
And they just their makeup looked good. The way they were like they were twitching on the ground, like they were convulsing like crazy. Like that was like
was sick.
Yeah, your heart was like, oh shit, and you knew shit was popping off. And I liked that. Like I said, movie was good, just not what I wanted it to be.
Fair.
But there you go.
This movie was really much of a gamble. Due to the fact that Ridley Scott did change up the little bit of mythology and the lore of Alien.
Oh yeah,
which was
it's his series.
Exactly. I guess we'll go with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Positive, negatives.
Yeah.
Positives. It is a continuation from Alien. It is a between Alien and Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
It has a nice blend with that. With me, I had an issue with pacing and characters.
Okay.
A lot of the characters, like so Danny McBride's wife. I was like, I don't remember who that was.
That's because she died in like the first 20 minutes.
Exactly. Like I wanted the thing that made Alien, the first Alien movie, so magical for me. Every character is fleshed out. We knew every character's name. We know every character what they're about.
That's true.
This one was kind of like, we're gonna throw these characters so Xenomorph and Neomorphs can fucking kill them.
I mean,
that's my issue with it.
I think that was the whole give the people they want to see people die type of shit. Like,
which is fine when you give me characters to like, and I feel something when they die. But I felt like, oh, you're an idiot. You're going to die.
You could be, non-empathetic and just be like, oh, shit, they died. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, but
just don't be like
fuck
that.
you.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, it would have been nice to have more stronger character relation. Because, I mean, like, they released that, like, 2-minute speech thing of the entire Covenant crew. Mm-hmm. They got James Franco. I mean, fucking James Franco dies within the first...
He's not even in the fucking movie.
No, James Franco stole the fucking show, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
No, that was a badass scene, though.
Yeah, his scene was fire, dog.
Oh, my God.
Literal.
Yeah, we watched his scene in a fucking other screen. Like,
he was like, oh, you said wheat? Oh, no, man. And then he just, like, burst into flames in this crowd. Asleep. Like,
dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be in the movie. I think they just got to get people in the seats because people were like, "Oh, I want to see James Franco."
No, you know why he was in there?
Why?
Him and Danny McBride are best friends. I'm sure he was like.
Well,
that's another thing I wanted to talk about.
I'm sure Danny McBride was like, "Oh, we need a character for that. Let me call James."
Yeah.
Well, James Franco.
And the thing is, too, another one. Danny McBride. He was funny. He was serious. He did do a cool cry scene.
Good job.
Tennessee was my favorite character.
Yeah. I felt like you didn't really need Danny McBride to play that character. You could have went with any other actor, but
you could have gone with any other actor for every character. But I mean,
right.
But it's nice to see him play a serious
role. It was nice
role.
to see him play a serious role.
I think Danny McBride was good for that role,
but he wasn't. I wanted more of him too.
Yeah,
you're going to see. This is
no, he's dead.
No, he's not.
No,
he's gonna die.
You don't know that at all because he goes in the
In
cryo.
the end of the movie, are you kidding me?
I
He
think
goes in the cryo sleep.
And he's gonna die.
here's what I think. I think Danny McBride.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, hold on. I think Danny McBride, because we all know his future endeavors. I think he was looking for a way to say, okay, I'm famous as hell. Well, he's not the biggest celebrity, but I think he's looking for like a more artistic point of, like, you know, he's already done his thing he can in comedy. I think he's like, I'm looking for a way to venture out. Like a lot of people do that. A lot of actors, after they get to a certain point, like
you're bringing the same character.
Well, and the thing is, like, Danny McBride plays the same character in most movies.
Yeah, he's that dickhead. But I think he's trying to be more artistic and more like, hey, I have a wide range that I can do, and why not get in the biggest blockbuster of the fucking
year? I agree. Yeah. No, I liked him. I also liked whoever played the main actor.
Who? Daniels.
I liked her.
I got you real quick. Hold on, man.
She was like really. She had that Ripley. Like she was pretty, but she was grungy and all that.
But the thing is, like, it didn't seem like she was trying to pull.
Hair.
Yeah, that's it. She didn't try to pull Ripley at all.
No,
she was just going by instinct and what she knew.
Catherine Watterson.
Nice. Yes.
Patrick's baby mama.
No, I agree. She played a phenomenal character. I mean, we're going to see a lot more of her.
Another issue is, so right after, so there's a scene where the new captain finds out that David's talking to a neomorph.
I'm the captain
and finds
now.
out that neomorph killed someone on the ship, or someone that was on his team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was tight.
He kills the neomorph, and then he's like, "All right, tell me what's going on," to David, and then David's like, "Okay, let me go show you," and like completely trusts David.
Well, no, think about it.
He's like, "Look at this egg," and then
David is still somewhat submissive to humans.
Yeah, I know.
So like, if he asks you to do something in his programming,
he has
to do it.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I loved that part.
But why the fuck would you trust him?
Why would you trust him?
Exactly. I agree.
There was a lot of those scenes, like a lot of those situations happen in this movie.
And I absolutely love that part, to the fact that he was like, I remember David freaked out. He's like, why would you do that? He trusted me. And then he's like, David, show me what's going on. And he's like, okay. And he turns around.
Oh my God, Jake's doing some weird shit.
I told you he gets freaky with that tongue.
But in that,
what I asked him.
But that's what you were saying, like how he was like submissive. Like he freaked out. Like, why'd you do that? He's like, show me what's going on. He goes, okay. Follow me.
But
I'm like,
that's because it's programming.
He's such a good actor. I love that.
Michael Fassbender's the shit.
And now let's talk about David and Walter and the difference.
Probably the
same actor.
Best.
Same actor.
Best.
Another thing that I also want to point out. So no one was like, "Oh, you cut your hair just like Walter." Wonder why?
Oh, and I knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, I knew this whole time. But you would think, right?
And that's the issue I had with this movie. It's some of it's kind of predictable.
Yeah, someone would have been like, "Why did he?"
Someone said that on our Twitter feed.
Yeah.
It was. They liked it, but it was predictable.
Our good buddy George, the day you guys came back from the theater, I was like, "Yo, how'd you like it?" He was like, "Dude, it was awesome." He said, it was kind of predictable. That was the first thing he said to me.
Yeah. It was
unfortunately, you do get that with some movies.
And that's the thing. Like, Alien should not fall under any horror tropes.
Yeah.
And this movie kind of did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was trying to give us that more sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Ridley Scott's not the type of person he's not a people pleaser. He doesn't give a fuck.
I know he doesn't.
So why does he care now?
I don't think he cares still.
I really don't think he does.
So, are you done?
Let's talk about David for a minute. David and Walter.
Jake has a lot to say. He's been rubbing his nipples and showing us his fucking snake ton.
All right, Jake, go.
Slowly throughout this podcast, I've been just drinking and drinking more to get to this point. So we're gonna get weird.
Yes,
that's okay on this show.
Yeah, we accept that.
I have like 3 pages of stuff written down, and most of it actually does revolve around David. Let me pull out this.
Oh shit.
God, here we go.
I'm gonna help you there.
I got it, dude. I'm good. I got it, dude. So some things are happening over here. Nothing big deal. I got it.
All right. So
Mike's falling.
So
exactly.
So let's talk about David.
Okay.
Yes.
David made this movie for me.
He held this movie.
He did.
I could throw away every other character and leave me with David.
Even Walter?
Well, Walter's a part of it.
Okay.
But we're gonna start off with
Michael
David.
Fassbender. Everybody.
Right before
what
Jake,
a guy.
Right before Jake goes off,
I'd fuck him.
I like how
I would fuck the shit out of him.
I like how you don't know from the trailer or going into it that David's going to be the main character. Like, he was big in Prometheus, but you don't expect him to be like the entire story. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys expect that? I didn't expect it.
I mean,
I knew he was going to be a big part.
But I mean, like, once I saw what was going on, I was like, okay, they're going to go more on the synthetic android. Because, I mean...
But it took you to be in the theater to see it happening, to realize you didn't go in knowing he was the main guy.
Jake wants to talk, everyone.
Yeah, Jake, talk. Sorry.
I want to to talk, guys?
No.
All right, so let's start with David. All right, so from in the beginning of this movie, I
want to talk about that.
Yeah, the beginning of this movie is really great because we get a taste of what we got a ton of in Prometheus, which is David's struggle with his own creation.
Yeah.
This we know from Prometheus. Yes. In the movie, we get a deeper glimpse on it. Walter, the new synthetic on board the Covenant, views David to be flawed with choice and reason. He was too human, and that creeped people out.
Yep.
And from day one, if you watch the new Alien, from day one, like literally, actually. Minute one, he is already he's already having trouble with his own creation, and you can tell that it bothers Wayland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because he tries to put him in his place right away.
He tells Wayland like, so wait, you're gonna die, and I'm gonna live past you.
Yeah.
But
you created me.
Right. I worship you, and Wayland's just like, fetch me tea.
Yeah. He's like you made me, and like. I'm gonna, I mean, you just said it, but like, that was really eerie. Like the first minute of the movie.
That was a good opener.
It set the fucking stage.
But with that, it like I said, the whole the kind of creationism, overtones of the movie, like David believes humanity and its creators, the engineers, are flawed, and that. They need to be allowed to die. He views them as a dying species grasping at straws, trying to prolong their life, which in these movies they are. They're trying to colonize these other worlds.
Well, that's what Prometheus is all about too.
They're trying to see what else is out there. They're trying to find the answers. When from day one, David's like, no,
that's not right.
They're imperfect. They need to go. And he exercises.
That fucking right.
He goes where the place where they made all the humans, and like, oh fuck you guys, dead.
Dude, that was the hardest scene. When they first
waving high.
So sick.
No. So like even in the beginning, like when David finds them and takes them to this temple, all the black tar people, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, what? This grave
and all of a sudden
insane.
They go into the story of it, and you're just like, all these. Well, we don't know technically if this is the engineers' home planet.
No, but
I mean, these people look kind of like the engineers.
Yeah,
not really like the engineers.
What I like,
they're not as large.
Eyes are different.
But they all look different, which is kind of cool.
Which is cool. I mean, you get to see like an older one, but they're very androgynous.
I really like how like when they're walking through that grave site, like when he takes them through there, you could see how like they were piled up by the gates, like they were trying to escape. That was cool. Yeah, you noticed that.
It was very Pompeii.
Yeah, very Pompeii-esque. That whole like, they're arriving, like, our creators are here, like, like you can tell that they were like expecting them, and all of a sudden it's like,
fuck you.
Well, I'm God. I'm about to destroy all of you.
I mean, a good point to that is that if they are not the actual engineers, they could be another civilization that was made,
more shit.
And they're expecting their creators to come back, and when they do, it's David, and he's dropping just death on them,
literally,
just
Jesus Christ.
What did you have to say, Angel?
I was just gonna say that I felt
Get
like
closer to the
David wanted to take role.
There it is.
Of the creator subconsciously, like he wanted to put himself in that role.
David is playing God in these movies.
Yeah, and that's the whole theme in this movie. Like and getting back on David, he creates.
Yeah, that's what he did.
He starts up the whole egg and the face huggers and the
protomorphs.
The what we expect to evolve into a xenomorph.
Oh, it's going to be.
Yeah,
and it's almost like when I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. Go ahead.
When was it when the captain
that's a protomorph. The little baby.
That's
a protomorph.
It almost seems like it praises David as a creator.
It's like he's daddy.
He has designed them to respect him.
Yeah,
which is, I'm wondering how the xenomorphs are going to play a role with him and how they respond. Because like getting onto like on the alien side of it, we see that the neomorphs, how animalistic they are, how they attack everything, they're fast. Then we see the protomorphs, also another fast growth period, but it's more stupid. Like, it attacks in broad daylight. It's not hiding as well.
Yeah.
It's still vicious up front. I mean, that shower scene kill was fucking epic.
That was the best kill.
Probably one of the best secondary mouth kill scenes. Because
it came through his mouth, didn't it?
Yeah.
So it was like a secondary mouth came through his mouth. It was so rad.
It was definitely really cool, but it's still not perfect.
Yeah.
If you look at the xenomorphs, they're pretty fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And David describes them as so he really does believe, and I mean he really he did. He says the perfect species.
Yeah.
And that's what he was going for. You kind of look at it through this broad angle, like when you actually go back, you think that maybe he's been thinking this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because he was made too human. He has the choice and reason, and he's thought from the beginning that humans aren't perfect, but I bet I can make.
I bet you I can make something perfect.
And he's made the perfect organism.
Yeah.
It lives inside a host. It breaks out of the host. Killing it can kill you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because this is the first promo of the xenomorph, and the chest burster scene was a lot quicker than it was in the first movie.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
It didn't take as
and
long.
It's not the worm.
Which makes you think is because
he wakes him up. He's like, "Hello," and he's like, "What?"
Maybe incubating longer gives it a better
mature.
Well, also,
it's more mature.
Also,
it matures more in the host.
I will say because I didn't get that part of the good and bad in the movie.
Yeah.
I pretty much loved everything in the movie except for the passage of time. They don't touch on that. Like, they go from saying it's going to take a couple weeks to get to this planet to just being there.
Yeah, I agree.
And we have no idea how much time has passed between.
I agree
That's
with
another
that.
thing I wanted to point out. Like
the time with everything is very we're guessing how much time has passed.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The team decides to colonize in a different planet than they were supposed to.
Hold on, I actually want to hit on that. Here we are again. So Alien, Prometheus, strong female leads. Here we are. A man is the captain now. Remember, Daniel said we don't need to go here.
Yeah,
let's stay on our current path. We should not go here. But him being a man, and he's like, I'm a captain now. We're doing what I say.
Yeah,
it's that whole you're below me. Social commentary type of shit. Yeah, I'm the captain now. Fucking Captain
I saw
Phillips.
that video.
But
and he's also playing off
faith.
The faith. He's trying to play the faith angle. He's have a little faith.
Because he heard music on that planet, and he's like, "Oh, it's colonized there." It's like you've never been to this planet, and it fucked you because the spars killed two of your men.
Yeah,
and potentially killed the whole team.
Yeah, his actions. If he would have listened to Daniels, his second in command.
Yeah,
and then brought that to everyone else. Like, hey, Daniels doesn't think we should go. What should we do? Type of thing. I mean, trying to keep a democracy. He was like, I don't know how I'm going to handle the power, but all of a sudden he's like, I got power.
Well, when he mentions, he was like, the only reason I didn't get captain is because I was too headstrong or whatever. And you know what I liked a lot is that Daniels lost her husband, and he was very insensitive about it. And then he turns around and loses his chick,
and he loses
10 minutes later. And I was like, hell yeah.
He was a piece of shit.
For the moment I met his character, I didn't like him. He breaks down worse than she did.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's laying in the dirt no. It's we have to go. And he's like...
Now,
you know what? I understand, but there's aliens out there.
I have a couple of theories on this movie.
All right.
And to continue on to when we get Alien Awakens.
Well, that's the title. That's the new movie. The next movie is Alien Awakening.
Yeah.
Or Awaken.
Awakening, yeah. So, a couple of theories. So, David makes... potentially is the birth
of the xenomorph,
right? Our thoughts was it was always the queen. Now, in the movie, he kills Shaw
and experiments on her
to make the xenomorph. Correct?
I thought that was dope when you figured that out. That was pretty cool.
Now, I have a couple of theories on this. Do you think Shaw's body will become the queen or whatever, or is it going to be Daniels and McBride?
Or
because he doesn't kill them.
Well, here's
when he gets on the ship.
But he's got to incubate it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're both they're still alive.
Well, here's the thing is that we still in this movie he doesn't describe the creation of the eggs.
No, he never does.
So, but if you look in the background, he has detailed drawings of these face huggers. So he's seen them before. He's talked about them before. could what have come out of
also
Shaw?
have another theory.
Could have what come out of Shaw was a queen that we just haven't seen yet?
Yeah. It could be answered in the next movie.
It really could. I mean, who knows? It would be crazy if they did do that, like, because we do need to know, like, where the fucking queen. But that was something like me and Jake were talking about, I think before everyone got here. Are aliens, I mean, not aliens, but, like, what's going to be canon, what's not going to be canon?
Yeah.
Or is just Alien going to be canon? Because technically
Ridley
it's
Scott
by
didn't
him.
do Aliens.
He didn't do Aliens, he didn't do Alien 3 or Alien 4.
Which
so
is the big question.
Those are not his stories. So anything from Aliens to Alien 4 can technically not be considered canon, and he could drop it off at Alien.
Oh, he could literally, I feel like it's not canon after Alien. I feel like this goes up to Alien and then stops. And, I mean...
But the thing is like, okay, so a year ago, again, with Neil Blomkamp, Ridley Scott said he never wanted to see that happen. He just discanoned that movie so it doesn't distract from his Prometheus sequels. Now on Twitter, someone asked Neil Blomkamp, are we still going to see a continuation on the Alien franchise with his movie? He said slim. So that theory is still out there that the Queen may not exist in this universe now. But that's going to be...
Which would be okay.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be...
I would be very upset with that. Because I like the Queen.
I
also have another theory on David.
You know, maybe it might tie back into something that was cut out of the original Alien. You know, he might go back to the human host becomes the egg. If you take the queen out of it, and which is not the worst thing in the world, we can do without a queen. We still have the species. And the neomorph shows that we still have more things.
But why keep Daniels and Danny McBride's character or Tennessee? Is his name
Tennessee?
Why keep them alive?
Experimentation.
Yeah.
He might make a queen out of Daniels.
I mean, that is true. That could be a possibility.
That could be the next step up to he's
or
seeking perfection.
Combine both of them because the queen has 4 arms.
It does. It does. I mean, there is literally so fucking much. Honestly, this movie could have been one show.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just so much. It's a 2-hour-long movie. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
So much. And so much more to theorize. And definitely, if we ever anyone ever thinks I'm going to read something, because there's already a book out that explains origins of the crew members, which is kind of cool if you're a lore fan like I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely, if we ever get something released, we'll definitely hit back up on it. But I enjoyed it.
It was a step up for me from Prometheus.
Okay.
So my Horror Junkies rating is I give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Austin.
I'm gonna give it a 7. 7 flat.
7.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, like I said, it wasn't not a terrible movie. I just expected a little something different. But like I didn't leave like, oh, what the hell?
Actually, before we continue, I wanted to hit on that for a lot of people because you were like that and you were like that, and I'm sure thousands of other people. The reason, like, and I touched on it, is sci-fi movies tell stories.
Yeah,
they're long, they're drawn out,
a lot of dialogue.
Because when it comes to sci-fi, there's just so much. There's so much lore. There's so much background.
Well, things need to be explained.
Exactly. So Ridley, he could have given us just what we wanted, just a fucking in our face alien movie.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't really lead anywhere. Like that doesn't explain how it got
on. Ends there. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't explain how it got to Ripley.
It doesn't give us more movies.
So exactly. I mean,
more money.
Yes, but it doesn't explain why we're at Alien.
Yeah.
And if he already made Prometheus and it came out that it was kind of a prequel, then we have to get that story.
Yeah.
We have to, unfortunately.
No, I totally agree. And I don't, I like this movie. It's just like a lot of I don't like seeing horror tropes in my Alien movie. And a lot of characters that are, I just wanted more of the characters and be more comfortable with them, and then just them being just.
Maybe we'll get more of Daniels and Tennessee in the next movie.
I mean, no, those are the only characters that got fleshed out for me. Everyone else was like, again, they died, whatever.
Well, I mean, we have 2 more. We have 2,000 more colonists and 1,000.
Oh no, they're all fucked. By the way, David is gonna fuck them all.
Yeah, David's gonna. This is how he creates his army.
Yeah, he literally goes in the egg beater and puts 2 fucking facehuggers and says, Let it do its job.
Let's let it incubate.
That's the alien planet from AVP when they're all fighting on the pyramid.
Stop.
Dude, stop.
Stop talking.
No.
That's not
That
canon.
took place on Earth, and it was stupid.
I'm going to give that movie a 9.3.
Alien Covenant?
Solely because...
AVP?
No, yeah.
AVP.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Giving AVP 9.3.
All right, so Alien Covenant 9.3.
9.3?
Alien Covenant 9.3
Okay.
solely because
Solid.
of the religious overtones in the movie and the concept of the pathogen that the xenomorphs can absorb
cool.
into the human body.
Cool.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Mhm.
It really played to my sci-fi love and some of the horror in there. I do like the whole the spore creation, how
That was cool.
How it killed all the meat on the planet. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was dope.
I do like the neomorphs.
I feel like that's more effective than just the egg and the facehugger.
It really
whatever.
is because unknowingly you step on it and you're fucked.
Yeah, and
like
more
cows
with a
or
facehugger,
anything
you
could
know.
just be
Yeah.
step
So
on
I
it.
mean that was really cool. And I really like Walter a lot. I like to see the step up from David and how we're getting closer to Bishop.
Yeah,
now.
we didn't even touch on
I know.
that. There's a whole synthetic.
We're gonna have to have a whole
evolution
episode
where,
on
that-
just the synthetics
Yeah.
relationship. But
we'll do an androids episode.
Yeah. And
Talk
real
about
quick,
robots.
Jake, what is your rating for the Horror Junkies?
My rate for the Horror Junkies is 8.5.
8.5.
There you go. Same.
All right, you heard it here. Pretty good numbers across
Yeah.
the board. But
Yeah.
we're definitely going to hit back on this subject, guys.
Oh yeah, this movie
This has been a long episode, and we apologize for that.
That's fine.
But we had a lot to talk about.
A lot of voices.
Yeah.
No idea.
But yeah, I mean,
Aliens, dude.
aliens are everywhere.
But definitely, thank you to everyone that's listening. If you participated in our Twitter poll, thank you. We appreciate
And
that
keep
a lot.
it up. We have. I
it up.
think that's pretty fun. Every week we have a fun little fight.
It's pretty fun. Like I said earlier, this episode is brought to you by the Phantom Podcast Network. Go and check out all the awesome shows on downrightcreepy.com. Make sure to visit horrorjunkiespodcast.com for all of our news and whatnot. And follow us on Twitter and, write us a review. Tell us how we're doing. Things like that. Awesome.
Oh, I got something to plug.
What? Plug it.
I'm going to start a Kickstarter. I'm going to do my own podcast called Patrick Actually Likes Movies.
You don't like movies,
Where I just talk about movies I actually do like.
Lol.
There's like 4 of them, so
There's
it
only
won't be that
four.
long.
It's only
Four
4 movies.
episodes.
4
Or be on your
episodes.
show and play the role of you and just not like all the movies that you like.
Yeah.
Lol.
There you
But
go.
as for now, everyone, thank you for listening. This has been the Horror Junkies podcast. I'm Mike.
Pat.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Jake. Tell them to bring me back.
Oh,
Oh, always.
only if they tell us. If not, you're not coming back.
Oh.
All right.
Stay weird.
I like you. You'll come
Yeah,
back.
and as usual, everyone, make sure to stay weird.